Hello, this is Scott Anderson, EDTE660, my Web 2.0 tool sharing. The tool that I'm going to share today is Pixlr. This website, Web 2.0 tool, is similar to Photoshop. I use it as a Photoshop alternative, especially in those classes where, per se, you're not doing a lot of photo editing, so the cost of using the full version of Photoshop is cost prohibitive. So Pixlr is kind of a nice alternative. And most of its tools are free. There is a paid version. The paid version obviously is $1.99 a month or $14.99 a year. When you first get to the website to use it, you can see up here that I have logged in as myself. You are prompted obviously to create an account. It's kind of nice. You can still log in with your Facebook options as well. And you get three options as the user. Oops. And those three options are the desktop mode, mobile mode, and of course the web app. The desktop mode is an installer. You download the installer, and so that way you can use it actually on your machine, and you have to install something. Sometimes school districts, that's tough if you don't have the rights or the permissions to be able to install software. That can be prohibitive in that case, which is why I think the web app is really nice. Of course, the mobile option is for tablets or your mobile devices, and works really well. You can download the app and save it obviously in a cloud environment and be able to get access to it. And of course, the web app is the one that we're going to use today. So I'm going to click on the web app here, and you can see it kind of takes you through, kind of explains a couple of things. We're going to launch that web app. And once you have it loaded, of course, because it is free, you do end up with, over on the side here, you can see you do end up with an advertising, which everything I've seen, at least when I've used it in classrooms, is appropriate. Nothing that, you know, bends those rules, I guess, or gets me as a teacher concerned. So I don't mind the advertisements all that much. But of course, over here, you can see that you get some options. I can pull from a webcam. This is kind of a cool tool to collage things. You can put 2 or 3 different pictures in there, put them together as a photo collage. You can open up a URL or a picture off the website if you want to pull directly, like Google Images. Yep, you have the website address, you want to put it in there, it'll go pull that. And of course, the one that I'm going to use today is just browse for a photo that I have on my computer. So I'm going to browse for a photo. I got a nice one here of a nice eastern Montana snowstorm. Right here, my neighbor's car, picture from my deck during a blizzard last year. And yes, we did still have school on this day, oddly enough. Gotta love Montana. And you can see that once I pull it in, I have a couple of options: adjustment, effect, overlay, borders, stickers, and of course type. Up here on the top, I have a couple of options. The zoom tool, so I can zoom in on the picture, but I also have the full screen. I'm going to go into full screen mode here so you can see it. It gets rid of some of the clutter on your screen, so that way you can kind of do what you'd like to do with it. And of course, if I click on adjustment down here in my tools, you can see it gives me a whole wide range of stuff that I'm able to do, or to edit my photos. Ones that I've used in the past that I like are the red eye removal, a couple of the brightening or contrast. Of course, it allows you to rotate. It has an auto fix option for some of the color stuff where it tries to find what it thinks that you'd like. Of course, you can crop it, add other images, doodle. So all of these are really good in the classroom because depending on what you're having the students do, it gives them a lot of options that, per se, some other photo editing software will not give you. Of course, different effects. You can mess with layers or put things over the top of it. Tie-dye, give yourself, you know, flames over the top. Get options for borders. The stickers can be kind of fun. And then, of course, your type tool allows you to actually put text into your image. I guess my personal favorite adjustment, I guess, is the focal. The focal tool, you can see it allows me to use a focal point and then blurs everything out accordingly outside of this circle. So you can see down here it gives me options: color boost, glow, blurring. You can increase the blur, decrease the blur, so you can see how it pulls it so that way it becomes clear. And then, of course, the further you get out from the picture, it blurs that image, kind of brings a focal point. It's really cool if you have aerial photos and you do a focal point, especially like of major landmarks. Those major landmarks kind of stand out, almost looks like it's animated. So just one of those tools, my personal favorite tool, I guess. You can see I can apply. and it takes me back to all those options. When I'm done, I can obviously save that photo. Of course, I get close, and yeah, it's a very nice alternative, like I said, to rather than purchasing the full version of Photoshop. So that's my Web 2.0 tool. I do want to share one more tool that didn't necessarily classify as a Web 2.0, but if you notice during my video, I was able to zoom in, and also I can circle stuff. I'm just using my mouse to do that. That's a cool little tool called Zoomit, if you haven't heard of it. I'm going to go ahead and close out of my full screen here. And Zoomit is actually from Microsoft. It's a download. You can download it, install it, and it comes up down in your system tray. It is only for PCs, Windows version. And what I really like about it is you get quite a few options with this zoom tool. So you can obviously zoom by pressing Control-1. It allows you to obviously underline. So if you don't have the, I guess, pleasure of using a interactive smartboard or interactive screen, Zoomit is quite the tool. The other one that I like is, with that, is this break timer. And so you can see I turned on my break timer there. So you can actually set your break timer, so let's say 5, 10, 15 minutes. So if you're doing an activity in the class and you have your screen projected, it's very quick to throw up a break timer or a timer, so that way you can tell students to go do something for 5 minutes. Obviously it chimes when it's done, and you can bring the class back together for a discussion. So it's a very lightweight tool to download. Just an extra tool I wanted to mention in my tutorial of my Web 2.0 Pixlr video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Thank you.